Hi, in this demonstration I'm going to show you how to use a tool I made called Paint Bucket Fill for making selections on complex objects. So let's say we wanted to do something like select these circular regions. Now this wouldn't be too hard to do by hand, but it's also pretty easy to do using my tool by simply drawing the outlines of those shapes. Now this makes use of the pelt mapping tool that was integrated into Max, so you must have a version that supports that. Now I can just pick an interior face and convert that selection. And when I do a shrink, convert to vertices, delete, and there's one vertex that didn't want to get deleted there. Okay. Now I'll do some funky stuff like inset those faces, bevel them, just some fun stuff. Now you can see that if you start to work with an object like this, before too long it can get pretty complicated, and you might want to do something like select all the interior faces, or select all the faces. Let's say we're going to do something like select all the faces that were part of this nub. That can be a pretty big pain to do using Max's native selection tools, but using Paint Bucket Fill, it's really quite easy by just drawing. So what I'm going to do is it's so hard to even get in here at all that I'm glad I don't have to do anything more than draw a selection. Okay, now I've selected that. I can pick a face on this side, finish, and we have our selection. I'll just set the material ID in there to 2 to make it obvious. And let's say we wanted to select all of the exterior faces of this object. Sometimes it's enough that you can just use the bi-angle selection tool, but when you get a lot of complicated things, that no longer does the trick a lot of the time. So this is really a general tool that you can use to make selections. In addition, okay, so I selected one hole. I'm going to do the same thing over here. I don't have to click anything again. I can just keep drawing. And the nice thing is it doesn't lose your draw as you rotate around, so it's pretty important. And I think there's one more hole over here. I believe that's all of our holes. So now I'll just do pick a face here, and I've selected those. And now let's say convert to vertices, and just to prove it, we'll extrude those vertices and make it a hairy looking object. I think I have to render that. Anyway, that's it. This concludes showing you how to use my tool. Hope it helps.